Here's a few test tips to get you going. You can text or email me for more. There's an examiner. They're going to check your signals, your brake light, and your horn before they get in the car with you. Signal everywhere in the DMV parking lot. If there's a vehicle parked in the fire lane, you can go around it carefully if it's not moving. Keep your speed down in the DMV parking lot, 10-15 miles an hour. Looking ahead, you're going to see a stop sign and you're also going to see a one-way sign, so don't ask the examiner which way to go. Signal in advance, do a full stop at the stop sign. You're going to creep forward, looking to your left to see if there's any oncoming traffic. You don't need to stop twice if you're clear. And American Pacific is 45 miles per hour, so get right up to speed between 40 and 45. You can go a little bit under, but don't go over. They can take points off for going over. 5 points off first time, 10 points off the second time. They might have you change lanes. Be sure you look over your shoulder before you move over. You got to do the head check. It's really important on the drive test. Sometimes they go straight all the way down American Pacific to Gibson. We're going to turn into a residential neighborhood, so they'll tell you in advance to take the next left. You're going to need to look for that turn lane, and you're going to need to do a head check before you move over. You yield to any oncoming traffic, you look ahead and turn into your lane. Don't go too far to the right, that's a parking lane. Residential areas, 25 miles per hour unless otherwise posted. This road goes down to a school zone, Kesterson Elementary. So you need to start looking for the school zone sign. This one is on the right next to a white brick wall. It's a white sign that says 15 when children are present. So you need to start looking for kids 18 or under, walking along the sidewalk, playing in the yard, walking in the school parking lot. You just keep scanning. If you see a child, you need to slow down to 15 right away. They're pretty strict in the school zone. And you stay 15 all the way around the school, or whatever the school zone speed is posted. You're going to come up to the end of the street here. Sometimes they go right, sometimes they go left. We're going to take a left-hand turn here. Signal 100 feet in advance. You do a full stop. This one's difficult to see. You've got to roll up quite a ways to be able to see around the curves. Here's a mistake a lot of people make. They'll turn into the shared turn lane instead of your traffic lane. Now you're still in a school zone, so 35 normally, 25 if children are present. The sign is on your right. There's a four-way stop. If they tell you to go left, you need to signal, look over your shoulder, and get into this turning lane here. This is where people mess up a lot. They turn from the traffic lane. They fail to get into the turn lane. Four-way stop. Whoever stops first goes first. Watch this truck. He cuts into your lane a little bit. Be careful. After you turn, you're still in the school zone. You're going around the back of the school. It says 15 when children are present. Again, normal speed on this one is 25. If they take you down to Green Valley High School, that's different. Around the back of Green Valley High School, it's 35 miles per hour all the way down to 15 if kids are present. There's a curve coming up here. You don't need to signal on your curves, but do look ahead. Cars come speeding around the corner sometime. They might be in your lane. You come up to this stop sign, and this time we're going to turn left. So we did a complete circle around the school. Well, sometimes by the time you come around the school, there'll be a child or a crossing guard. If you see crossing guards, you need to slow down to 15, even if you don't see any kids. If you see a school bus flashing yellow parked on the side of the roads, the flashing yellow means caution. You can pass the bus, but on flashing red, you need to stop. School zone is in effect all day, Monday through Friday during school season. So even if you take your test at 4 p.m. after school is out, it's still in effect. The only day they don't enforce the school zone is a Saturday. So this time we're turning right. It's that 35-mile-per-hour street, Trail Canyon. We're going to change lanes here. There's an end school zone sign right there. Here's a turn people miss all the time. They'll say, let's take the next left, and people go straight all the way down to Gibson. They're talking about the neighborhood on your left here. Try not to miss any turns. And then again, 25 miles per hour residential area. You're going to go all the way down to the end of the street. And you're going to turn right. I don't know what it is about this stop sign, but a lot of people just roll right past this stop sign. You need to do a full stop. You can line your side mirror with the sign if there's no white line, and then roll forward. After looking to the left, you can just go if you're clear. This road takes you out to Gibson. They're not going to cross multiple lanes of traffic under normal circumstances, so you're going to be making safer right-hand turns. You're going to take a right at the stop sign here. Be careful, people do U-turns right in front of you here. Gibson, where they sell all the cars, is 40 miles per hour. Just remember, $40,000 cars, 40 miles per hour. There's only a couple of speed limit signs here, and some examiners will tell you the speeds if it's not apparent. So we're going to take a right here. Always take the lane closest to you when you make your turn. So sometimes they go back through the school zone. There's a sign over the street, over the road. It's a lighted sign, but even if it's not flashing, it actually says when children are present. Coming all the way back up to that four-way stop. Whoever stops first goes first. And hopefully you know the rule if you stop at the same time as another vehicle. If we turned right here, this takes us down to a roundabout. I'll do that on another video. So this is the road that's 35. And school zone. Let's change lanes to the left here. Once you get up to Stephanie, you're going to see a light with a solid green light. The sign says, left turn, yield on green. So that means you don't get a protected green arrow. If you see a solid green light, you need to yield to oncoming traffic before you turn. You treat it like a flashing yellow. That's the mistake people make here on the driving test. They're not familiar with the solid greens, and they start to turn on a green, and there's an oncoming car. That's a failure to yield. Now this driver's stopping a little far back. You can give yourself a half to a full car length stop distance between you and the car in front. When the car in front of you starts moving, you need to move along too. Don't hesitate, don't delay too much. You need to keep traffic flowing behind you. Now when you get a solid green light, you might have a pedestrian crossing on your left side there going across the street. You need to yield to pedestrians. And when you turn, you take your first lane here next to the yellow curb. Now this goes back to the DMV. Sometimes they go into the rear of the DMV. So if you come up to the light, you're going to see a double turn lane. If that's the way they're going, they're going to have you in the outside turn lane, also known as the number 2 turn lane. See the arrows? Inside, outside lane 1, lane 2. All right. Please subscribe for more test tips.